Yeah, it's your boy Lil Life checking in. I wanted to do something a little different on my page today. I've been seeing this conversation around AI over the past couple weeks or so, and I want to talk about this AI shit. Just to piggyback off the conversation that Timberland has been having. But what really sparked me to have the conversation today was I saw a clip from Dark Child's interview on Breakfast Club today. So the AI shit is here, bro. Like, it's here. It's not going anywhere. I did a deep dive on it a few months ago where I prompted AI to generate some 70 soul samples, and the samples came back scary good. You know what I mean? Sound like it was straight from Motown, like it was Earth, Wind, and Fire type sound and stuff. You know what I mean? So scary. But the conversation that I think nobody's really having is like, where's the music being? How is the music being fed to AI, right? And I think this process started long before AI rolled out in regards to music. For me, when I think back to maybe right before the pandemic started, probably 2019, 2018, we started to see a lot of news headlines where some of our favorite musicians and producers were selling their catalogs. In fact, I think Timberland was one of those producers that sold his catalog. I think it's this company called Hypnosis Group, Hypnosis Music Fund Group. They were buying up everybody's catalog. I think Dr. Dre sold his catalog. Not sure it was to that company or not. I think Metro Boomin, Future, and I think Dark Child just sold his catalog as well. Now, back then I'm thinking like, why are these folks selling their catalogs? One, is it really that profitable right now as far as the investor? Because they was paying 200 million, 300 million, for these catalogs and stuff like that. But when you compare those prices to what music is generated on streaming, I didn't think it was profitable from that aspect. Now, from a licensing standpoint, maybe. But now that this AI stuff is in full effect, I'm thinking like, maybe these same investment groups that's been buying these catalogs are also the same people involved with generating the AI businesses. You know what I mean? So if I buy your catalog for 200 million, that music that I purchase, I'm now able to feed it to my AI company. And I think that's what's been happening. And I don't think those individuals who are selling those catalogs are having that conversation. In fact, I think they was paid so much money that they aren't allowed to have a conversation. So that's why we see someone of the likes of like a Timberland really vouch for it. You know what I mean? Because he was paid to do so. Or if we see Dark Child on a Breakfast Club interview, he was paid to vouch for AI. You know what I mean? And rightfully so. They did their thing in the industry, made their money, and was able to make their money again as, technology evolved. You know what I mean? I'm not knocking them, you know what I mean? But I do think it's, for lack of a better word, selfish. You know what I mean? To only think about yourself and not think about the little artists, the independent artists, the artists of tomorrow. You know what I mean? You came and got your bread, and now you getting your bread again and saying, fuck the culture, fuck the arts, fuck the musician. You know what I mean? So I would like to dig into that a little more. I can't confirm that that's actually what took place, but if you use deductive reasoning, I think that makes sense. And so as these conversations continue to happen further, I would love, more clarity on if those investors are the same individuals who are responsible for the AI companies. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. If y'all have more insight, please, hit me up. Let's further this conversation right here as far as, all of the artists, all of those producers who sold their catalogs to these investor groups. And let's see, if those same folks are tied in with the AI companies. For example, one of the big companies was Hypnosis. Now, in recent news with Hypnosis, they changed their name recently to rebrand something. I forgot the name, but the name of the new company. But they just recently changed their name, and lo and behold, Sony Music bought that company. So the company who was buying all of these catalogs, Sony now owns this company, and hey, the rest is history from there. You know what I mean? So, y'all let me know y'all thoughts on this. Let's continue this conversation. Wow.